Okay, PA? Okay, PA? What's that?
Duck.
Oh, no. No.
Foot.
Foot is, yes, sí. PA is foot.
Soy que la cosas en inglés.
Okay.
Yo sé ojos en inglés.
The pose is eyes.
Espera, cuando preguntes vas a responder.
Okay, let's go to animals. Hi, I'm Katie, and I'm from New York. I'm Megan, also from New York. And we're sisters that travel to Cusco with the organization A Broader View. The reason why I chose A Broader View, I did my research on, I knew I wanted to volunteer, and I did my research online on many volunteer organizations that I found, and I just got amazingly good reviews from A Broader View volunteers, and I do see why now, because I'm coming to the end of my trip here. I decided to volunteer with an orphanage and street kids program, and it was one of the greatest decisions of my life. I'm going to be very sad to leave, and I've just accomplished so much here, and the reward and the payoff was more than I could ever expect. The kids are great. They want to learn. I was here teaching English, amongst other things, and they loved it so much, and I loved doing it, and every day was just more rewarding than the next. And I decided to pick Cusco because, again, I did my research on other places to volunteer, and I just saw that Cusco was a beautiful city, but more importantly needed a lot of help and needed volunteers, and that's where I felt that I'd be most appreciated. So the city's beautiful, the people are great, I've had an amazing experience here, met great friends, and even though I'm traveling with my sister, we had no problem meeting other people. So if you ever wanted to come alone, more than willing to. I really think it's a great idea. I'm so happy that I made this decision. And
how was your experience?
It was great. It was just wonderful. The kids were great. The people I worked with were great. The other volunteers were great. Everybody made me feel really welcome. I had a great host mom. She welcomed me into her home, and everything was more than I expected here. I really had no problems, and everything just worked out pretty well.
How you decide to do a volunteer work?
Well, I was on winter break from school, and I decided I wanted to do something beneficial with my time. So I looked around and saw, the places in Cusco, a lot of the orphanages and schools and kindergartens and after-school programs and street kids programs. They just really needed, man hours and people to work there, and I talked to a couple of people that had done A Broader View. I emailed them, people I never met before, and asked them about it, and they all did Cusco, and the people I talked to, and they all did the kids work, and it just felt like something that I wanted to do, because I'm a teacher back in New York, so this was something I felt that I could really be useful for.
What do you think about A Broader View?
It's great. There was no problems. I kept in contact with my host mom before I came. I got to know her via internet. I was picked up at the airport. I was brought to my host house, which was beautiful. I was set up at my job. I was set up in Spanish classes. Everything was done for me. I had no problems. Broader View really takes care of you, and it was definitely the right decision. I think anybody who's thinking about volunteering, or at least interested, deserves to give Broader View a shot, because it really is an excellent choice.
Do you can to recommend to this volunteer work to the other person?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I had no problems. I only had good experiences here. I really made a difference, and I was really needed, and I think that everybody should do something like this in their lifetime, and I think that Cusco is a great decision in Peru, and I think A Broader View is a great decision as well, because everything was just made pretty easy, and I came here to do what I had to do.
Okay. So, did you find with the other volunteers, how was the volunteer work to the other volunteers?
They loved it too. I met some volunteers that did clinical work, and I met some volunteers that did other children's programs, and everybody said the same thing. They just had a blast with the kids. They really felt like they made a difference, and everyone was so sad to leave. And I think everyone wants to come back really bad, at least everybody I talked to, and I did make a lot of friends here with the volunteers, and everyone only had good things to say.
Okay. So, do you can to say us something more about your experience, about your house family, or about your friends?
I just think there's nothing like picking up and moving to another place for no matter how long it is. You know, you adjust to the culture, adjust to the family, adjust to the people around you, adjust to the work, and there's really nothing like it. And I think that everybody should do something like this in their life. And I just had a great experience. I was welcome into a host family. I was welcome into a culture. I was welcome into traditions. I was welcome into work, into friendships, and it really just was amazing. And it's actually you almost can't put it into words unless you do it. It's really just a life-changing experience.
Okay, you can to recommend to other person to come into health in Cusco with a broader view?
Absolutely. If I was going to do it again, I think I'd want to come back to Cusco, and I would definitely want to go through a broader view again.
Okay, Katie and Megan, thank you so much.
Thank you. And come check out a broader view, and come to Cusco. It's a great place, and you won't regret it.